everybody. Today I am going to go over an article with everybody. It's called Mom Warns Parents After Toddler Nearly Dies from Drinking Too Much Cow's Milk. I'm going to read a little description here, and then we will get into the article, and then we will go over some of the comments. This is the first I'm hearing of something like this, so I'm interested in finding out a little more about it. So first off, let's just get into the description about the article. Listening to her mother's intuition, Anastasia rushed her young daughter, Mia, to the ER after weeks of antibiotics and doctor appointments. Her daughter was lethargic, miserable, and eating non-edible items such as diaper wipes and chalk. Anastasia told her husband it was time to take Mia to the hospital after her mom instinct kicked into high gear. Now she's sharing her terrifying story to warn other parents about what she wishes she'd known sooner. So, that's the introduction to the story. Oh, scroll back up here. Okay, so this is an article on Cafe Mom. Mom warns parents after toddler nearly dies from drinking too much cow's milk. When Anastasia took her daughter Mia to the doctor last month, she thought it was for nothing more than a common cold or ear infection. But the Canada mom knew something was wrong. When her daughter, who was almost 2, seemed to be getting worse even after medication. So this took place in Canada, Ontario, Canada. And obviously, because it stated that she was getting antibiotics, that she had been to the doctor prior. So almost 2, a little younger than 2 years old. Listening to her mother's intuition, Anastasia rushed Mia to the ER, where she learned her true diagnosis was milk anemia, a dangerous condition most parents aren't even aware of. Milk anemia. Let's just Google that. Milk anemia. Cow's milk actually makes it harder for the body to absorb iron. I didn't know that. Toddlers can develop iron deficiency anemia if they drink too much cow's milk, more than 24 ounces a day, and do not eat enough food that are rich in iron, such as green leafy vegetables and red meat. So that's interesting. Cow's milk makes it harder for our bodies to absorb iron. I didn't know that. And you're not supposed to drink more than 24 ounces a day, where toddlers aren't. So that's not a lot of milk. How many ounces are in a liter? Ounces in a liter. 33. So less than a liter a day. In a Facebook post, November 7th, Anastasia explained that it all began when Mia started showing signs of an ear infection. She'd been pulling at her ears, something she had done during past infections, and Mia's doctor had incorrectly diagnosed her. See, Doctors today still incorrectly diagnose people. For 7 days, Anastasia continued giving her daughter's meds 3 times a day. Finally, she started acting like herself again, but only for a few short days before she once again woke up ill and not wanting to eat. Another trip to the doctor sent them home with a new prescription for an antibiotic. But a week later, Mia was still not better. What's worse, her symptoms went from uncomfortable to truly concerning. So she went quite a bit of time sick and being not diagnosed properly. Scary. Anastasia tells Cafe Mom that her daughter was lethargic and she began eating non-edible items such as diaper wipes and chalk, which she notes is a sign of pica, an eating disorder in which people eat items that are not food. If you aren't aware, I know a little bit about pica. Pica is an eating disorder where people will eat different things such as feces, ice, dirt. I know another items can be sand, hair, ice, dirt. It's when your body isn't getting the minerals that it needs, it will seek it out. You'll have a desire to eat things that aren't meant to be eat. Look, plaster, earth, soil, clay, chalk. You can eat things like sand. So it's not a good sign if somebody is desiring to eat something we're not supposed to eat. It means that their body is not getting something it needs, and so it's acting in a weird way, causing people to eat things they shouldn't be eaten, and that's often more dangerous in the long run. She was very miserable and showing loss of color, the mom said, adding that she caught her daughter sucking on baby wipes several times, which concerned her. Finally, Anastasia told her husband it was time to take Mia to the hospital after her mom instinct kicked into high gear. Less than 5 minutes into her November 6th hospital visit, a nurse saw her limp baby and jumped into action. She comes flying out saying, "I don't care how long you've been waiting, that baby comes with me," the mom recalled in her Facebook post. "We didn't do triage, we didn't register. Nurse kicked people out of a room for my daughter, and as we rushed in, 6 nurses and 2 doctors followed. Before I know it, they were all working on my little girl, attaching heart monitors, blood pressure cuffs, everything you can think of." Wow, that's crazy. Taking blood from Mia was nearly impossible, her mom described, and after 7 tries, doctor finally got a sample. It was at this point the doctors grew desperate and decided to insert an IV into her femoral artery. If this wasn't successful, they were going to drill into her leg to her shin bone and implement the IV straight into her marrow. The mom shared, recalling those harrowing moments. My goodness, chills. That would be so scary to go through as a mother, especially with somebody so young. She must have been terrified. Mia's blood work soon revealed that she had lost 3/4 of the blood in her entire body, but had no external bleeding. Where would it all have gone? 3/4, that's a lot. So at this point, we were on edge on why she's not bleeding externally, the mom shared. Finally, doctors arrived at an answer. Mia had milk anemia, which had stripped her blood of its iron. It turns out Mia was regularly drinking 4 to 6 bottles of cow's milk, 30 to 40 ounces per day, before being hospitalized. Mom said she had no idea just how dangerous that actually was. 4 to 6 bottles of cow's milk a day. She had no idea just how dangerous that actually was. Experts recommend that toddlers drink no more than 16 to 24 ounces of cow's milk per day so as not to run the risk of causing an iron deficiency. Okay, a bottle for a toddler is usually about 8 ounces. So no more than 2 or 3 bottles, and she was drinking twice the recommended amount. Wow. Good to know if you're not aware that you're supposed to restrict how much cow's milk your child is taking in. Here you go. Because I've always been told milk's a good thing. It helps with calcium, it causes strong bones. I never thought that it would lead to a blood problem in your child. You have heard of not giving a baby too much water. Yes, I've heard that. It's very dangerous to give a baby water at the early stages because of the water to salt ratio. Well, don't give them too much milk either. Anastasia later wrote online, cow's milk is in excess will actually strip your body of iron. Iron is what makes blood. She explained, no iron, no blood. Scary. Okay. Well, so good to know that too much milk will make it so your body isn't able to create the iron it needs, and if you don't have enough iron in your body, you aren't able to replenish the blood supply in your body. Cow's milk has been a staple in the diet of children in North America for a long, long time and is loaded with essential nutrients and energy. Dr. Jonathan McGuire, a pediatrician and researcher at St. Michael's Hospital in Toronto, told the New York Times. That's true. That's why I always thought it was good to drink milk. It's been a part of our food guide for a long time. You need so many servings of milk per day. I had no idea that there was too much milk. And that's interesting too, because I was always told how important milk was to drink during pregnancy, and I suffered from iron deficiency during pregnancy and I wonder if it's related to me drinking milk during pregnancy, because I was told that I needed to drink milk, a lot of milk during pregnancy, so I was drinking lots of milk during my pregnancies, and I've always had this iron deficiency problem. I wonder if those two things are related. However, as with most healthy things, too much of a good thing is probably not a good thing. It certainly is. In Mia's case, the milk consumption caused her hemoglobin levels to dip dangerously low. Now that doctors had an answer, they ordered an immediate blood transfusion to get Mia's blood cells count back up to normal. The blood transfusion transfusion solved the hemoglobin issue. The iron is helping the hemoglobin and the anemia, Anastasia tells Cafe Mom. But due to the location of her IV, she developed a blood clot in her leg the IV was in, so she is also now on anticoagulants to prevent that from harming her. Now that she's getting the proper treatment, Mia's parents are hopeful she'll pull through, but for now, she'll remain in the hospital even through her second birthday, which is coming up Sunday. Her mother is sharing her terrifying story to warn other parents about what she wishes she'd known sooner. Once she does return home, Mia will have to considerably limit her milk intake to no more than 2 bottles of 8-ounce portions per day, her mother shares. Well, although Anastasia acknowledges that milk consumption is healthy, she wants others to know that it's about moderation. So please, if this is nothing more than an extra knowledge in your mom toolbox, amazing, she pleaded in her Facebook post. If it saves you all from the fear, the scare, the terror of watching your child the way our child was, spread the news about milk anemia. Spread the news that milk anemia is a thing. The journey is far from over for Mia, but the mom knows that for now, their family got very, very lucky. Always trust your mom gut, she implored, because a few more hours, one more day, and this would be a very, very different post. Crazy. That's so scary. Wow. That poor mother. Like, if she got down to, what does it say, only having 1/4 of her blood left? Where'd it go? Yeah, she lost 3/4 of her blood in her entire body. So she had 1/4 of the blood that she's supposed to have as a toddler. And blood's very important because blood is what transports the oxygen to our entire body. So that's really scary. She ended up pulling through. Scary. So let's go back over to the Facebook post. Let's go back over to the Facebook post and see what a couple of the comments say here. What happens is the child consumes an excess amount of milk that causes the child to be full enough that they do not eat the iron-rich foods they need, such as meat. It is not an allergy issue. The milk itself does not cause the anemia. It can easily be prevented by making sure your child is eating a well-balanced diet and consuming an appropriate amount of milk for their age. A friend's son back in the 60s had that, and it ruined his teeth and his health. It wasn't necessarily the cow's milk as much as it was the only thing he was taking in up to the age of 5. He had a change of life baby, and the mama let him stay on the bottle with milk. He had stomach issues for the rest of his life. Scary. Wow. Good to know, because if I could see how it could cause teeth problem if the baby's on drinking in a lot of milk and not able to absorb iron and not eating the foods it needs to have a healthy system. have all of the nutrients and minerals that the child needs. I'm so glad that I do not let my kids drink a lot of milk. My little ones, I mostly put, well, they're toddlers now, 2 and 3, and I mostly put water in their bottles because the water is what they need. If they're thirsty, water's what they need. And they eat enough to get proper nutrients that they need. I heard years ago from my doctor that all milk was white water. I never drink it to this day. I love products made from milk though. My daughter almost died from this same thing. She's 22 now and has a 17-month, and she was 17 months at the time. It was a horrible experience. We were in the hospital for a week getting her better. Terrible. I'm glad she pulled through. So many judgmental people, so few real physicians responding here. Be glad the child is on the mend. I'm very thankful that the child was seen. I'm very thankful that that nurse walked by and jumped into action so that she didn't sit in the ER like that for a long period of time. As soon as my daughter was allowed milk and not just formula milk around 1, I then soon stopped giving her formula and she just had milk and water. But she ate food suitable for her age. Nearly 5 ones as well. Nearly 5 and absolutely loves her milk. I don't remember how much she had, but I believe it was the right amount for her age, as I always tried to give her the right things, the right amount for her age. Yeah. I personally, this is my personal opinion, babies normally breastfeed for up until the age of 2, 2.5, maybe 3. So I am all for giving the babies formula if they are formula fed versus breastfed. That way that they continue to get nutrients to 2 and 3 years old. We don't stop, a breastfed baby doesn't stop drinking breast milk at 1. So I don't like to stop formula if my child, like I have a daughter who wasn't gaining enough weight, so she was put on breast milk or formula as a baby, and we kept giving her formula until she was 2.5, because I believe you wouldn't cut a breastfed baby off at 1, so I don't cut them off at formula at the age of 1 and just switch them to cow's milk. Because cow's milk is designed for baby cows, not baby humans. Maybe because children don't drink anything but homogenized milk nowadays, they aren't used to TH bacteria in it. I grew up on cow's milk and drank so much I could barely walk one time. No one got sick back then. Interesting. Alright, so that's everything for this video. I am very thankful that that child pulled through. If you weren't aware of milk anemia, I hope this video opened you up to that possibility. I know I've never heard of it before, so now I know. Thank you for watching, and if this video helped you, if you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and if you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching and have a great day.